My name is Glenn, and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2017 officially. I think it probably goes back to 2012 or 2013 when I noticed my arms weren't swinging. My grip in my right hand was hard to function. I was unable to use a mouse to the fullest extent. So I went to see a neurologist, and we tested for a stroke because I had been working out in the yard a lot in the heat, and some of my functions felt like it may have been symptoms of a stroke. We tested for carpal tunnel syndrome. We thought it was that. We had the surgery. That wasn't the answer. And then one day when I was visiting my neurologist, she asked me to show her my driver's license picture. And I did, and she says, "You notice on the driver's license picture you're smiling." And that's one of the signs of Parkinson's is you kind of have a droopy look on your face, almost like a stroke. But so we went and got tested for Parkinson's and had enough of the check marks to be diagnosed with Parkinson's. The medication worked pretty good for probably 5 to 7 years. Increased it a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I was still able to function pretty normally. About a year or two ago, I started noticing some progressive behavior, and because of it is a progressive and a chronic disease, so it doesn't get better, and it does increase in the severity of the symptoms. So, but when it really hit me was this January and February 2023. I noticed that I was freezing up and couldn't really sit up too good. And I'll show you all some videos of that in another segment. And also couldn't get out of bed, and really limited the functionality of my movements and my quality of life. And that's when I decided that my quality of life wasn't going to get better with it being progressive and chronic. And I started researching pretty heavily stem cell therapy, gene therapy, focused ultrasound. You name it, I've researched it, and what I'm looking at right now is the possibility of what's called DBS, which is deep brain stimulation. And I went to my neurologist, and he thinks I could be a candidate for that. So what I'm going to do is, as I go through these qualifying events, report back into you so that the next person that goes through this can kind of have an idea of some of the things that are going through. So DBS is a pretty intense surgery. It involves the drilling into the skull, putting electrodes in, and then you have a pacemaker type item device in your chest, and it basically helps control the movements. It's still not a cure. It still doesn't really significantly decrease the progression of it, and you still will take medication, but what it does give you a chance is one of the symptoms, most frustrating symptoms I have right now, is the roller coaster that the medication is having. After you use carbidopa, levodopa, or Sinemet for several years, there is a pretty normal standard of the medicine causing other things like involuntary movements and things like that. So that's where I've come to, and I've decided to take this route to see what happens, and I'll take you along on my journey.